All right, everybody worldwide, you're now tuned into Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best. And I'm your host, Tom Danger. Back this week with a new podcast. And this week's subject is be cool, stay cool. You ever find yourself in a situation when everything is just absolutely going wrong and you just start to lose it? And when you lose it, if you think about it, it doesn't help anything. It actually agitates the situation and makes it worse. An example, I was cooking tonight, lunch for the week, and I pretty much messed it up. And for a minute, I started to freak out like, this is going to taste horrible. But I thought for a second, and I said, wait a minute. Let me try and salvage this pot. You salvage, right? That's how you say it. Yeah. Now, I didn't really salvage. I didn't save the dish because I can't get my words out properly right now. But I figured that I'll make the best of the situation. And I think so many times in life, we get caught up in the moment of everything that's going wrong instead of embracing what's going wrong and figuring out what's right about the situation, right? Because when something goes wrong, you have to think on your feet. You only have a few seconds to make a decision, and that decision can actually help you or hurt you, right? So it's basically a state of mind. Be cool, stay cool. Now, if I would have gotten upset, I could have potentially burned the pot, burned the food, burned down the house, right? Be cool, stay cool. And even after the situation, you can look back at it and reflect and say, you know what? I didn't make the best decision in that particular scenario. I think I could have done this differently. But in the whole time, you got to stay cool. And it's easier said than done, depending upon the situation that you're in. You know, you could go somewhere and you can be around your kids and they misbehaving in school, and all of a sudden you want to get ready to yell at them, and then the kids get nervous and they start crying and screaming, and it doesn't really help anything. Right? Then, especially if you had an open school night, now the teacher's looking at the parent all strange, like, wow, is this how you treat your kids? You're always screaming and yelling at them, and maybe that's why they're so afraid to do things wrong. And, you know, it just has this weird effect on everything throughout life. You know, I think recently, it's sort of like when you're being cool and staying cool, it's embracing all the things that can go wrong. And if you really think about it, I don't think anything goes wrong. It's just different, right? So like if my son Carl is playing a particular game and you may not be at the level of Minecraft that you like, or you may not design your world the way that you want to. But if you really think about it, you're still having fun. Would you rather be designing something in Minecraft or doing a 12-page book report?
Firstly.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. It's the frame of mind. Like, and here's something recently. Like, I know a lot of people in podcasts or in life, we always looking at like, oh, we got to get to the next level, and we got to make a lot of money, and we got to be famous, and we got to be known. What's wrong with just being? Like, we're not happy with what we have. Like, we're not happy that we have a roof over our heads, and it may not be the mansion that we desire. I'm not saying don't attain to do greater things or be stagnant, but don't get blinded by other people's glitter and gold. Just because another kid may have a fancy pair of sneakers on doesn't mean that you have to have the same fancy pair of sneakers on. It goes back to confidence, right? You can have on a pair of Pro-Keds, and if you look cool while wearing your Pro-Keds, then you're going to be the cool kid. The other kid can have on the Jordans and he's not cool and still look corny, right? And be cool, staying cool is like when someone starts to talk about your fashion or your style, you're not really feeding into what they saying because you like, nah, I know I look cool. I know my haircut is cool, and they can't say anything about you, right? And then a lot of times when you think about women and fashion, in my opinion, I don't think women dress provocative or sexy for other men. I think they do it for other women. I think it's a competition to see who can look the flyest, who can look the best. I look better than you. Why? Right? Like, why do women do that? Like, where does that come from? Right? And I could only speak about black women because that's the household that I grew up in. Right? There's always a competition. Who can look the nicest when we go out? Because if it's true in women saying that men are dogs, is he really looking at your outfit? Or is he looking at what's in the outfit? What's in the outfit, pretty much. You know, I noticed that I hear some silence right now, so there must be some truth. That was the sarcasm sound effect that I had to put into effect right there. Right? Or other scenarios when I've seen scenarios when people will have a simple fender bender. I was going to work one morning and a truck bumped the back of another woman's car. And when he bumped the back of her car, she got out screaming and calling him every 4-letter name in the book. And I mean, she was at the top of her lungs. Now I can see if her car was like wrecked, but he literally just tapped her. And she just blew it way out of proportion, and she started screaming at him. And then this big dude gets out the truck. And he's trying to be cool, stay cool, because he knows that if he puts his hands on a woman, he's going to get himself in trouble. But she's screaming at him, and she's in his face, and she's calling him all kind of effing idiots, and you're stupid, and you're dumb, and you wait, I'm a bust your butt, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. And he was just like, he started getting excited. He was like, yo, you better get back in your car and you better call your man because you better stop talking to me like that. And I'm saying to myself, like, oh, man, I hope this lady just be cool. Because all you got to do in a situation like that is if you have insurance, stay there, call the authorities, make the report. Once you get the report, you send it to your insurance. Never accept any fault or blame. Let the police decide from the report. And whoever's fault it is, it's well and fine. Now, with her acting that way, she's late for work. He's late for work. I'm pretty sure she's going to have a horrible day. He's going to have a horrible day, all because she started yelling and she ain't be cool. All she had to do is be cool. Be thankful that not only her car was not damaged, but be thankful that she didn't get injured. Plenty of people can get into a car accident where someone hits you from the back. Even though you have a seatbelt on, you can get whiplash. Your head can snap on your neck and you can get messed up real good. Be cool, stay cool. And there's like a bunch of scenarios that I can go through like that. But I think that's just the moral of the podcast for today, because I don't want to run it out or make it longer than what it is. And as always, thank you for listening. Like, subscribe, and share. This is Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best. And I'm Tom Duncan. Oh, don't forget to check out the new website, motivationandconfidence.net. If you have subjects that you would like for us to talk about, you can hit us up in the comments and let us know. Till next week.